We just announced the promised demerger or reorganization of the organization. Uh, for a moment, before we get into the ratio and the businesses, just trying to understand for the longest time, the street, large part of the street, and some of us, I think the ecosystem ignored the value in the pharma business and the focus was on financial services for its own reasons. But now you've gone ahead, things are moving on, progressing on both sides, and you've gone ahead and uh, taking this restructuring forward. Talk to us about the rationale, please.
So the rationale has been that all along we've been saying that we will demerge and at the right time. Because if you look at it, and this is what even the street was telling us, even our investors were saying that there was not much synergy between the pharmas as well as the financial services space. Now, we realize that this is the appropriate time because both businesses on their own are now strong and they can independently run. So, if you see over the last 2 years, we've taken many steps which have been really brought us to this stage. We raised significant amount of equity, about 18,000 crores of equity we raised. We also then completed, we got Carlyle as an investor in our pharma business. We made it 100% subsidiary. The pharma business got in Carlyle. And then now we've done the merger of DHFL and Piramal Capital. So all these were steps which were moving towards this. And one thing I've been saying that whatever we commit to the market, we have delivered and probably a little more than that. So we had committed that we will bring in equity of 10,000 crores. We got in 18,000 crores. We had said that we will diversify our mix in financial services from wholesale to both retail and wholesale. We've done that. And we had also said we are going to do a demerger, which is what we are doing. So we're just delivering on a plan which we had set ourselves to achieve.
Right. There's no doubt about that. Surely every business goes through trying times, including yours, but you have come out with flying colors because of the pedigree of the organization and the team which you have on both the sides of the businesses. Let's talk about the pharma business, the spotlight right now. Some of the best partners overseas as well as domestic, over 100 countries you're operating in, multiple facilities. If we break down the segments of the pharma business between CDMO, the healthcare wellness business, other manufacturing, talk to us a little more about what lies ahead and the strengths of the organization, the assets you're sitting on, and your
So the
partners.
pharma business, we have three major businesses in pharma: the CDMO business, the complex hospital generics business, and the over-the-counter business. I think all these three have been growing well. The CDMO business is a totally global business where we manufacture products and services for global pharma. And today, post the pandemic, this has become a robust growth engine for us. And we have manufacturing facilities in the US, in Canada, in the UK, as well as in India. We did actually two acquisitions in this space in the last 12 months for CDMO. We acquired a business in Sellersville, which is in Pennsylvania in the US. We also acquired an Indian business called Hemo Pharmaceuticals, which we just completed in June. So the CDMO business is one which is growing, and we've had a good track record in that business. We are from India amongst the largest, and globally we are number 13 in the CDMO business, and this is growing well. The next is the complex hospital generics business, where we started off with inhalation anesthesia products, which were globally distributed. And after that, we manufacture these inhalation anesthesia products both in India as well as in the US. And after that, we also added oral products, which we acquired as well as then organically. So again, this is a business which was during the pandemic, because hospital people getting admitted to hospitals was a little lower. We still the growth was not as much, but now it's coming back. The third is the OTC business, which is an India business. The OTC business has a range of products, and I'm happy to tell you that this has been growing well in this. Our brands are performing well during this period. So overall, I think this is a good, our business is now well placed to grow further. That's why we also had equity from Carlyle so that independently the pharmaceutical business has enough capital to grow both organically as well as through acquisitions. And therefore, in the last 12
Yes.
months, in addition to the two acquisitions of I talked about in the in the space of the CDMO, we also did a third one in a third one as well, which is in for the inhalation anesthesia business. So that's where we are.
Right. Mr. Piramal, just for the understanding of your shareholders and our viewers, if you could give us a color on how much potential each of these businesses have in future. What's the runway of growth we are talking about? What are the levers of growth which you would want to press upon to scale it up? Because Piramal's means scale, isn't it?
So there is enough of runway in each of the businesses. The CDMO business, as you say, that especially during the last 18 months, there's been a lot of focus on developing the pharmaceutical space more and more. We have a good track record. We've till now, touch wood, had no issues with FDA, and we have a good product and service reputation in this. And really it is our ability to keep on growing, and this is what we would do. In the past, we've had a CAGR growth of about 15% per year. I think we should be doing better than that, frankly, in the current year across the businesses. I want to
Oh,
just
that,
highlight one thing,
sure.
that the pharmaceutical business we had sold into actually our major business, which was a domestic formulations business, was sold to Abbott in 2010. And in the last 10 years since the sale, we've been able to actually rebuild a business which has been bigger than what we had when we sold out. At that time, we got 3.8 billion when we sold out in 2011 a financial year. And now our turnover is much higher than that. So that's where we are.
Outstanding. I must congratulate you and the team for that